Summer is coming, which means one thing: you need to lose some weight. But the problem is, losing weight is boring AF. Gosh, what if there was a way for you to lose weight without eating healthily? What if there was a way for you to lose weight without having to exercise? What if there was a way for you to lose weight simply by creating works of art? What if, huh? I am not me. I am art, and I am welcoming you to the Slimpressionism movement. So what is Slimpressionism, anyway? I'll do you one better than that, and I'll let you know what Slimpressionism is not. It's not restrictive. Okay, this video is just about me giving you some suggestions and some examples. It's not about me laying down the rules and regulations of Slimpressionism. There is but one rule: create art that helps you to get slimmer. Slim, that's the key. Which is why the word slim is snuck in there at the beginning of the word Slimpressionism. It's that simple. How could it be any more complicated? I only came up with it this morning. Oh, for God's sake. Let's get started, shall we?
Jogging is super popular, probably because it's so easy. It's just walking but quicker. Or, I suppose, running but slower. But how can we turn it into art? Well, if you're jogging out and about, maybe create some interactive art by wearing a t-shirt that says, "Guess what song I'm listening to," so members of the public, aka your jogging audience, can make their guesses. How will they know what song you're listening to? You'll time your jogging steps to the beat of the song. Now, I know it sounds tricky, but I'm sure you'd be able to work out Sweet Dreams by the Eurythmics, Alejandro by Lady Gaga, or Battery by Metallica. If you're jogging indoors in a treadmill, maybe try, and yes, this is the art that I will be creating, using the image of somebody running but not moving forward as a savage critique of the rat race. Deal with that, fat cats.
This is such a good idea. I'm so pleased that we're doing this. I mean, you remember the origin for it, you know, where the idea came from. This guy, maybe he plays the cello, yeah? This guy, I'm thinking brass. What? Truth is, you know, I need this as much as anybody else.
Cycling is like jogging, but with wheels and gears. It's very popular in my home of Seattle, where there are many cycle sharing schemes. They line them up at the beginning of the day so that you can look through them, judge them, and then pay by the hour for the privilege of riding them. So maybe there's something where you compare the bikes to prostitutes or something? Similarly, the act of riding a bike brings to mind aquatic fowl such as ducks and geese, legs pumping furiously below, chest puffed out on top, proud and serene. Maybe there's something there, I don't know. But the art that I will be creating focuses on bikes being segregated into their own paths, separate from pedestrians. And what does that make you think of? That's right, the holy grail of art: racism.
See, it's weird that they say that, you know, it's like riding a bike, meaning, you know, it's impossible to forget something. But as ever, you tell not me that it's impossible to do something, I'm just going to go ahead and do it, you know?
It's all well and good burning off calories, but none of it is worth a darn if you're putting too many of them into your body in the first place. Enter healthy eating, the least enjoyable way of eating. It's been said before, not least by the Oscars panel when it gave Leonardo DiCaprio an Oscar for eating raw fish and getting very cold, but pain is art. And one of the most painful things a human being can do is to consume a healthy smoothie. So make one and drink it in public. Broadcast your pain. And if you're wondering how this will possibly come across as anything other than just somebody drinking a smoothie, you'd be surprised. Simply by committing fully to the art within your own mind. the results can be breathtaking.
Gosh, I need to rethink my life.
But the greatest flash of inspiration that I came up with, and the one that will form the backbone of my art, is that eating healthy is about getting as much green into your body as you can. And what does the strongly capitalist system of America demand of its citizens? The all-consuming addiction to money. And in America, what colour is money? Green. And then it just pretty much writes itself from then on.
Can you imagine how much easier this would all be if fruits and vegetables actually tasted delicious? Gosh, that's a fantastic what if, actually. I could see that as a film. Like an indie, like a low budget. It's like a comedy about a botanist that develops this plant. But it's got a lot of heart to it. A lot of heart. Starring, Brendan Fraser. No. Rihanna.
In terms of muscle definition, nothing is simpler than lifting heavy things, or weightlifting. And that simple act of lifting can easily be turned into a real terrific work of art. The mirror can provide all you need. Few things motivate more than competition. The desire to destroy someone else by doing something better than them can be turned on its head if the person you're competing with is yourself in a mirror. If you're trying to beat yourself, you'll never win. What could that be a metaphor for? You tell me. Another great way to create interactive art is by a simple game of charades with a fellow worker-outer whilst holding weights. Playing tennis? Oh, brother! The art that I will be presenting will be using the weights as a visual metaphor for self-doubt, one of the most crippling afflictions that can afflict an artiste. I'll do this by taping a pen to a dumbbell and doing a drawing.
Something that I would say though, if anybody is planning on using weights like these in any art projects of your own, you will have to purchase some. You will have to purchase your own weights. You can't just use the ones from the gym and take them home with you, because somebody will reprimand you, and it all gets a bit messy. It's a common mistake, but don't. In my defense, they are called free weights.
Sports are popular. For me, the most appealing sport is basketball because it's the least boring and oftentimes indoors. But many of the artistic potentials of the sport carry over to other sports as well. For example, completing a difficult task many times in a row will serve as a tremendous inspirational art piece for anyone looking to complete a difficult task in their own lives. Through the use of subtle editing, I can make it seem like anything is possible, even though it definitely isn't. A different art that is a bit more specific to basketball, what with it being a sport that is associated heavily with black people, is that just me, as a white, playing this sport is statement enough. Let's all commingle, yeah? Racial fluidity for the win. The same could be said for a Latino playing mahjong, an Aboriginal Australian playing kabaddi, or even in gender terms, a man being vain and uncaring. My art will be a one-person narrative of me scoring their game-winning shot, combining art, narrative, and mime. Sure, the actual shot only lasts a few seconds, but to prolong it and make it more of an exercise, I did miss the shot many, many times. On purpose.
Oh wow, I lost so much weight doing Slimpressionism. Incredible. You now have everything that you need to create your own works of Slimpressionistic art, and I heartily encourage you to do so, sharing them online with the hashtag Slimpressionism, so that we can discuss our works, our influences, our difficulties, and I guess by the end just be like friends or something? Just like a bunch of slim friends? I am not me. I am art, and I am warning you. Don't create too much Slimpressionist works of art, or you might lose so much weight that you end up simply disappear.